Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Jack from On the Spot Sports, and I'm along with,
Tyler from On the Spot Sports.
and we're along Colby, Cub Marchio from the Miscalled Podcast.
Yes, sir. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
We're doing good. How are you?
Great. This is also my first time being on a podcast other than my own podcast. So this is actually
Ryan. This is Ryan's co-host. Pretty solid duo.
Co-creator of the Thick Athlete Society.
Thick Athlete Society.
Yes, sir.
Hey, dude, how's your day been so far?
Today I only have one class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's a bio lab. And today we were dissecting rats, and me and my partner weren't about it at all because I don't like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't like blood. I don't like guts. There was no blood, but I don't like guts and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm not touching that rat. I'm not opening it up. So we didn't have to. We just got to watch, and then we just had to fill out the worksheet for it. But
at least you didn't have to touch that shit.
Dude, I was gonna throw up if I had to touch it because just the guts, man. I was like shaking. I'm like, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, I would not.
That's why I hate October. I hate spooky seas. I hate all this stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm 100% with you. I hate all that stuff. Like, that is a big no-no for me. I'm a hat out. Just flat out.
I'm fun with you.
I had to dissect a cow's eye, like elementary school. That shit, that ain't the move. That ain't it.
That ain't it, Chief.
That ain't it, Chief.
I'd rather dissect a frog or a worm, not a rat. Not a rat. I could deal with like a reptile or something.
If you dissect the worm, it's just dirt.
Yeah.
I would like to dissect nothing. That's what I would like to dissect.
A dolphin? Is that what he said?
He said nothing.
Oh, I thought he said a dolphin. I'm like, dude, it's just rubber.
Nothing.
You just see a lot of rubber come out.
Ew.
If they feel like rubber, the skin feels like rubber.
You do. You feel the dolphins in Florida when you were there?
I usually do if I'm at the beach, but I usually just hang around the alligators because my parents have like a lake, and then there's like little separate ponds that are all connected to that lake in their like community. But I'm always like fishing near gators when I'm down there.
Hog season.
Yeah, hog season. And I just call the gators water puppies. They're not that scary. They're just water puppies.
Water puppies.
And their brain's the size of a peanut, so they're really intelligent.
Yeah. I bet the girls stay away from you down there.
The what?
I bet the girls stay away from you down there.
I don't know any women down there. I don't know anyone down there besides my brother, my mom, and my dad, and then like their neighbors.
At least you get left alone then.
Yeah, while they're at work, yeah, it's pretty decent.
That's good.
It's boring though.
I can imagine. All right, so we'll be previewing week 6 of the NFL, and we'll be recapping week 5. So we'll just like give like predictions for week 6, and then we'll just go over like how the games went for week 5, and then we'll move on to the best month of baseball, October season.
Yes, sir.
We had a lot of interesting games yesterday, and there's some games today.
Shouts out to the Cardinals and the Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
Suck on these Nats.
Yes, sir. All right, so Tyler, do you have any week 5 recaps you want to go for?
For sure. I think I would like to start with, obviously, none other than our Chicago Bears with a very disappointing 24-21 loss to...
They left the defense in Chicago.
Huh?
I mean, you know what? From a very general standpoint, if I'm looking at it from a totally neutral perspective, the Oakland Raiders completely destroyed the Bears' defensive line running the football. I mean, did you see when they would constantly run to the left side of the Bears defense, pretty much every single play. I mean, Josh Jacobs will get at least 5-6 yards.
He averaged 4.7. That's insane.
That's pretty good against the Bears defense.
That's really good.
I've never seen the Bears defensive line get controlled like that. I mean, we know from experience from watching them, especially these last 2 years, just the insane amount of pressure we would get on the opposing team in their run game and their quarterbacks. But nothing happened except for the Raiders just completely torching our line. No sacks on Derek Carr either. I'm honestly a little disappointed that Khalil Mack didn't get in and sack his former teammate a couple times, strip him. You know what? We'll take it, I guess. I think a lot of other people, I've heard them say that this was also a case of John Gruden probably out-coaching Matt Nagy, which I can definitely think of to a degree. But it's a tough loss for the Bears, though. After that Week 1 loss, they've really been looking on the upside, and then it just fell all the way back down to earth with this overseas trip to London. It just did not work out for them this week.
Yeah, and Chase Daniel wasn't that great either, which didn't help the offense. Yeah, he got intercepted twice, went 22 for 30, which I guess isn't that bad, but still, you could tell that he's a backup instead of a starter. Colby, I know you mentioned in your podcast that you think that last week's game showed that Chase Daniel's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, he's 100% a backup. But on a plus side to that game, we could talk about Allen Robinson. He is, without a doubt, a true number one wide receiver for the Chicago Bears. 7 receptions, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns. Allen Robinson was the best part of that game if you're a Bears fan.
By far.
He was electric. He did everything. He was carrying the team.
He was.
Essentially, yeah.
The closest guy to him was Anthony Miller with 52 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still can't get the running game going. The running game's an absolute joke. Where they only have less than 50 yards. I'm not gonna do that mental math while I'm looking at the stat sheet. But it's under 50 yards.
Yeah, they're just getting no push from the offensive line. Nagy has not made it a point to make this running game a big impact. And it's simply because every time they've tried it a couple times, this offensive line has just not been giving them that push they need. It's just it hasn't been working out.
True.
Yeah. And especially with like a 220, I think, how many pounds exactly is Montgomery? I'm not 100% sure. 220 to 230, I'm pretty sure. When you have a back like that could really show – he's shown before that he could carry guys for a couple extra yards. When you have a guy like that, you got to use your run game to your advantage and really make your O-line just completely push, and then let Montgomery do the rest. Let them drag those guys for a couple 4 or 5 extra yards. I'd really like to see the Bears really work on their run game because we know – they have a lot of talented receivers, and we know Mitchell Trubisky and Chase Daniel can be a bit of an issue sometimes with their decision-making. But overall, I think the run game definitely needs to make a better impact because it has not shown up.
If you have a run game, if you have a run game in the NFL in today's game, you're already at a huge advantage because it's a passing league. Also, shout out to Charles Leno for all those holding penalties.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I'm pretty sure he's the highest penalized offensive lineman in the league.
I don't know how you get that.
That Garrett Bowles from the Broncos. I don't know if you guys were watching that Bears and Broncos game. Garrett Bowles had like 4 holding calls against him that game. That was insane.
Yeah, it was a holding penalty off where it was just Leno and then that guy.
I could just overall, I think overall we just agree that was not the best performance from the Bears.
No, it's dog crap.
No, not at all.
Definitely the worst defensive performance. without a doubt.
That's the worst defensive performance I've seen from the Bears in 2 years.
Yeah, in 2 years. Now they got 2 weeks to figure some stuff out. And
That's right.
hopefully not have that happen again.
100% agree with that.
Do you guys think that them leaving later in the week was an issue?
Yeah, I do think so because you gotta get adjusted to that time period. Like
Yeah, the jet lag's terrible.
yeah, the jet lag's gonna hit you eventually, and you could tell that it hit them. Their defense was dead. Like
They were gassed at the end of the game. They were gassed.
for real. Weren't the Raiders there all week?
The Raiders were there since, I believe, Monday at the latest. It was like Sunday they like left, I think.
Yeah, because then they got adjusted to everything.
Yeah, they had a whole
The
week.
jet lag hit before the game even started.
Yeah.
They were able to get rest. That did not make sense to me why the Bears left so late.
I didn't understand it either. I was like, well, don't they gotta go soon?
Because the jet lag's gonna hit and you have to get
You know,
adjusted.
I've never experienced jet lag, but I know that has to suck.
It was probably like a 15, 16-hour flight.
Yeah, and then you're 6-8 hours ahead.
That's brutal.
That's terrible. Like when you usually get up, it's already 1 o'clock.
Yeah. The planning of that should have been a little smarter.
Nagy said it worked for them a few years ago with the Chiefs, but everyone's different.
Yeah, that was probably a fluke thing.
True.
Again, I think it all stems back to Nagy. Especially this year, I have not been impressed with him at all. He has not won me over in terms of trusting wise, because I don't think he's coached a complete game. I haven't seen enough from this offense to prove that they're legit. We all know the defense is legit, but with all these offensive weapons and the lack of execution, I think it just stems back to Nagy. I don't think he's called a complete good game this year at all.
Nagy looks like crap.
It stems back to the coach.
Coach.
Yeah, 100% agree there.
He's not the same Nagy he was last year. I love Nagy, but what is going on, my guy? What are you doing, my dude?
Gotta get that fixed.
You got a great team. What the hell are you doing, dude? The team is out of the top 10 rankings. They're a top 10 team. Whatever, Nagy, whatever.
Hopefully he figures his stuff out. Because I know last year they didn't start that well either, but they got into it eventually. So hopefully that same thing happens. But so far, not looking so good.
Big facts, big facts.
All right, transition over another game. The Seahawks and the Rams. It was a very tight game. Seahawks ended up winning the game 30-29.
Electric game.
It was. Russell Wilson, my guy, 17 for 23, 268 yards, 4 touchdowns. Pretty solid appearance.
That man could have thrown I was going to say 4 picks. That wouldn't have made any sense. He literally did whatever he wanted that game. Yes, the game was won by a single point, but Russell Wilson tore apart the Rams defense. That throw he had to Lockett was absolutely insane. I don't know how the heck he put that perfectly right where Lockett could reach out and grab it. He had a few throws to Disley that were insane. Like they just barely made it over the defender and they were right in Disley's hands. Shut up. If you don't have Disley in your fantasy lineups, pick him up. He is hot.
He's electric.
Sleeper. Disley, whatever his first name is.
Will
Disley, yeah. Pick him up.
He had 81 yards and four times getting the ball.
I would also like to point out about that tight end situation. Like, I'm at the worst situation with my tight end for my fantasy league right now. And by the way, Will Disley is already picked up, so he's off the table. But my tight end for my fantasy football league is completely messed up. I got Evan Ingram from the Giants, who he's on right now.
That's a good tight end.
What's up?
That's a good tight end.
And I got Vance McDonald from Pittsburgh, which I'm like, has he gotten any yards this year?
No, drop Vance McDonald.
Yeah.
I don't know who else to pick up though. There's literally nobody out there.
Keep Ingram and just pick up whoever you have on the bye week, or whoever's available on the bye week. Just the bye week.
Choose someone out to get Will Disley.
Yeah, do someone a crap trade.
Yeah, I think I'll be good with Ingram though. He's been playing really, really good right now. It's disappointing he's not going to be in this week. Also, I got really disappointed that he went.
Wait, did they move him out? I'm gonna freak out. Okay, I moved him out. I was gonna freak. I was about to freak.
You would have lost some points there.
I got Mark Andrews in for him.
Pretty solid add-in.
Yeah, he's the fourth best tight end in fantasy wise. Thank God. I was gonna freak.
And the Seahawks had a really good game with Will Disley, Tyler Lockett. DK Metcalf had 44 yards and 2 receptions. And so it was Jaron Brown, 36 yards. Rashad Penny, 31 yards and 2 receptions. Wow. Those are a lot of high numbers.
They tore it up. Yeah, they tore it up. And they tore it up running the ball. Tore it up in the air and the ground.
Chris Carson had 118 yards and 27 carries. Russell Wilson had 32 yards. Damn, that run game, Russell Wilson.
Their run game is really good.
Yeah.
So that's a big win for the Seahawks, though, this early because, I mean, we all know that this NFC West division is about as tight as you can get. And when these teams start facing off like this, middle of the season, it's going to come down to who takes these matchups. When you have teams like this, like the Rams, the Niners, and the Seahawks that are all 4 or 5 wins apiece right now, they're aiming around 10. It's really going to come down to who wins those games. So I think that was a big win for Seattle. I don't really think a lot of people expect them to pull that one out, but that's a big win for Seattle.
Yeah, I didn't know who I wanted to win that game, but I was shocked the Rams came back. I thought they were dead in the first half.
Yeah.
They had a lot of momentum coming. Ending the first half, they had a lot of momentum after scoring that touchdown, and then they just came out firing. Their first drive was boom, they went right down the field and scored. I'm like, oh, here we go. But they couldn't really find it. They couldn't find a way after that. Sadly.
Is Jared Goff a top 10 QB?
Ooh.
That's a hard question.
That's a hard question.
I think he's good because he's got the best receiving core in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's got Cooks. He's got Woods. He's got Cooper Kupp. He's got that tight end Everett. He's pretty good.
He had 136 yards in that game.
The wide receivers always get big numbers.
Yeah. You got a point there. Todd Gurley. He has Todd Gurley too.
Todd Gurley looks like
for rushing.
Todd Gurley looks like crap.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Todd Gurley. He has not been performing up to his normal standards this year. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if it's even an injury thing. What is going on with Todd Gurley so far?
The play call. I feel like they're not giving him enough reps.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I know, Jack, you've been really paying close attention to all these stats. I mean, first thing I saw when I clicked on that game was 13 carries for 51 yards for Todd Gurley. And this has been a guy who has been called a top 5 running back for the past couple of years. And
he is not a top 5 running back right now.
Well,
No.
he's not playing like it. And I agree with what Colby was saying. When you have that guy that has that kind of reputation, you want to build him up even more so he becomes an even bigger threat. I feel like they're taking away from him now. They're not giving him enough reps, like Colby said, and I think they should really start putting the hammer down on these defenses and giving the ball to Gurley more.
He needs to be touching the ball at least almost 20 times a game.
Yeah.
Or more.
I agree. And I mean, Jared Goff in big moments doesn't have the best stats. I mean, look at that Super Bowl last year. That guy had major happy feet in that Super Bowl. 13-3. Not the best in the big moments. So I think they really want to try to open up that run game this year with Gurley. I think Gurley is definitely a top 5 running back when he's hot. Give that man the damn ball.
Yeah, and to answer your question, Colby, it's tough, but I don't think Jared Goff's a top 10 quarterback.
I don't think he is either.
Maybe last year I'd say he was, but this year he's not.
It's very close. I don't think he's a top 10 QB either. I think he's right around like the 10 to 15 range. I think there's also some quarterbacks though that have definitely stepped up this year and have proven this year that they're top 10 quarterbacks.
Agreed.
100% agreed. Colby, was there any game that stood out to you?
Let me look at the Chiefs-Colts game. I think that loss was a little overhyped for to slander the Chiefs. They were without 2 wide receivers and some offensive linemen, and then
I think so.
Mahomes on a bum ankle. Also, the Colts are good. I'm not going to say they're bad. They're really good. They have a great defense. They have a great offensive line. They have a good run game. Jacoby Brissett is the real deal for the Colts. He's the perfect fit for them after losing Andrew Luck. He knows their offense. He's good. Even though they lost the Raiders last week, the Colts did. Or the week before, I should say.
Yeah.
It's a big win for them, but I don't think it's that big to where media makes it out to be because the Chiefs were hurt.
Yeah, that is true.
Chiefs are still top 5 team in the league.
No doubt.
I gotta give a lot of credit though to the Colts game plan. I mean, I watched pretty much the whole second half. I totally respect their game plan. Run the ball and don't give it back to the Chiefs. Because they obviously know that Chiefs offense is maybe the best offense in the league. And they were simply just running the ball, taking the time off the clock. They were like, you know what? We're not going to give them the ball. We're going to play our game. And I think that's a huge advantage, especially like you were saying about their offensive line. I think the Colts might have the best offensive line in the league, if not one of the best. And
they had to because they had to protect Andrew Luck.
Yeah. And the Chiefs defense is the major weak link, and they were really able to just push them around by running the ball.
Shout out to Justin Houston, the revenge game, though.
Yeah. What a coincidence, though, that Justin Houston stopped that 4th down.
He got to prove himself because they were going to trade him, and then he just got, as Chris Collinsworth said 15 times that game, hey, there's a guy who was just requested to just get released so he can go wherever he wants.
Oh, now here's a guy you want to take a look at. Now, Justin Houston, the former Chief, coming in big. I got to say, Al,
is that Gruden? Is that supposed to be Gruden?
That's Chris.
That sounded like Gruden.
I'm trying.
I'm not really into dreams, okay? I'm into nightmares, man.
All right, guys, okay? Knock on wood if you're with me.
I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
I cannot do an impression.
We're going to play the Chicago Bears. You know what the Chicago Bears do? They play defense. So what we got to do? We got to run the ball and stop the damn defense, all right? Open up your mouth. I don't know.
Open up your mouth.
Open up your mouth.
you know what? Half the time I see John Gruden, I just feel like he doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about.
I love that man.
He's crazy, man. He's
electric. He's electric.
I mean, like, at the same time, though, I'm like, who'd want to deal with him in training camp? Because he's, like, nuts. But at the same time, I feel like he'd be a really good coach to, like, have to, like, get you pumped up because he just seems like he's so riled up all the time that you're like, oh, hell yeah, we need this guy to just be like, let's go kick their ass, guys. You know what I'm saying? Just, like, have your team rally behind him because he's so intense as a coach. You're like, we need this. We need this guy because, like, he's running our team. You know, we need him to bring us up.
He's got the same intensity as a college strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah, I can see that.
But you know what? You were, Colby, you were saying that the Colts, they weren't, that loss to the Raiders wasn't, like, as bad, or the Chiefs lost to the Colts, or I'm sorry, the Chiefs win to the Colts wasn't, like, as big as the media portrayed, even though they just lost to the Raiders. And you were making it sound like it was like a bad thing. I mean, stats don't lie. I mean, the Raiders are 3-2 as well, so maybe that loss to the Raiders isn't as bad as we think. Because, I mean, hell, Oakland, did anyone see Oakland coming out of Week 5 being 3-2? I don't think anyone did.
I certainly did not. But
Who they played? I'm looking at it. They played the Rams. They beat the Rams. Oh, this is preseason. Hold on. I was going to say, how did they beat the Rams? They beat the Broncos. They lost the Chiefs. They lost to the Vikings. They beat the Raiders, and then they beat the Colts, I should say. Sorry. Then they beat the Bears. The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. But yeah, that's all I got for the Colts Chiefs.
Yeah. For me, the next game is there was a blowout. Texans blew out the Falcons 53-32.
Falcons are dead.
Yeah.
They dead.
I'll say right off the bat, thank you for stealing my next game.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I was plainly just going to say, that's another one that baffles me. Who really saw the Falcons going 1-4?
Yeah.
They suck. They're either really good, they have a great roster, but they suck.
I 100% agree with that. I think Falcons, top to bottom, have a top 10 roster as far as talent-wise, but it just they don't show up on Sundays.
That's the one day you have to show up.
It's kind of important.
Dan Quinn is not going to last much longer in Atlanta.
No way. Matt Ryan has not looked good either. No one on the Falcons.
Devontae Freeman sucks. They gave that contract and he just sucked.
No one on that team looks good right now.
Okay, the thing about Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan's the kind of guy that put up like monster stats every game, but he's not a winner. He doesn't play a winner type of football. He just the kind of games he plays is what you'll see every week, like 30 for like 45 or something like that, 300 something yards. That's okay. That's good for the stat sheet, but it's not turning out to be winning football. It's not. I mean, and when you have a top receiver like Julio Jones, Julio Jones is a freaking monster. Top 5 receiver, no doubt. I don't even know what to say.
DeAndre Hopkins, #1 overall.
I'd be really disappointed if I was a Falcons fan right now, knowing you had that kind of roster.
R.I.P. to Atlanta.
Yeah, knowing you're 1-4 and last place in that crap of a South division with Tampa Bay and Carolina. you got to be thinking, man.
Hey, man, don't sleep on Carolina now. Kyle Allen's turning it up.
Are you being serious about that? Because you know what, low key, I feel like Kyle Allen should definitely be the starter going forward for Carolina.
They're 3-2. They're not doing that bad.
They're on the come up.
I thought Will Greer was going to play. I was getting excited.
Literally, same here. I thought this is exactly what Carolina wants. They realized that Cam Newton is just going to, be stupid and, not try and get hurt and look like Little Red Riding Hood in your post-game interview. And, he gets you draft this kid from West Virginia. He looks really good. I thought he was going to take over for Little Red Riding Hood, but no, Kyle Allen's looking great.
And then he's got top 3 best running back in the league right now. That also helps. He's also basically a wide receiver as well. DJ Moore. Yeah. DJ Moore, he's going to be a good wide receiver for them. I don't even know who else. Oh, they got Samuel. Is that another guy?
Curtis Samuel, I think, yeah.
Yeah. They're not that bad.
Mm-mm.
They're not contenders, but they're not that bad.
See, I think they are definitely contenders now that Cam Newton is not playing. I feel like
Cam Newton was definitely hurt the whole first few games, I should say.
Cam Newton's definitely the problem.
When he's healthy, he's really good and dominant. But yeah, I see what you're saying from like the recent games, I should say, that he's played in.
Yeah, I don't think he has anymore. I think, especially after that MVP year where they went 15-1 and made the Super Bowl and got demolished, I think that changed him. Because that Broncos defense completely destroyed him the whole game. And I don't think he's ever been the same since then.
Shout out to Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Shouts out.
What a legend.
Peyton Manning did not play good in that Super Bowl.
He didn't play good the whole season. He couldn't throw. He was done.
Yeah.
Get off my goat. Leave my goat alone. He is pure. He is good. He is the almighty sheriff.
That is true.
I still don't think Carolina is going to win the division, though. I just feel like
No, they're not.
They won't win the division.
They're not contenders. They're just
there.
They're just there.
Yeah. With the way New Orleans has been able to win without Drew Brees, that division's pretty much over.
Yeah. Going back to the Texans game, Deshaun Watson, he's looked really good recently.
Shouts out. You don't got him on your fantasy league, you poor SOB.
Gotta pick him up.
Will Fuller this week. Suck my ass because, don't sit there and brag about saying, "Oh, I was smart. I knew." No, you didn't. Will Fuller is a random big game guy for fantasy. Don't come at me. I haven't heard anyone say it. I'm just gonna say this to anyone who thinks they're some fantasy guru. You're not. Because anyone with the right mind would not freaking start Will Fuller unless they had someone on a bye. Hot take. That's just me, Chief.
And I agree with that. Totally agree. You should be a fantasy expert.
Dude, I'm in 5 leagues. Last year I was in 9. I'm 21-4 out of all my leagues combined.
Damn. Yeah, go ahead, be the expert.
Humble brag.
Humble brag.
I don't know how to like to talk in fantasy. I'll just like if someone brings them up, I'll be like, yeah, you might want to pick them up. I just like picking out the obvious people, and I think it's funnier that way. Like talking about Russell Wilson. Hey, he's available in hold on. Or I'll just do a different person. You just mentioned Deshaun Watson. He put up 41 points this past weekend. He's available in 96, or he is rostered on 99.6% teams. If he's out there, pick him up.
Pick him up.
Probably not out there, so sorry.
So good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that.
This was going back to one of I forgot who asked about Jared Goff being a top 10 quarterback, but I don't know, guys. Based on the performance we've seen this season, is Deshaun Watson a top 10 quarterback?
Yes.
Yeah, without a doubt.
No question.
Without a doubt.
100%. 1,000% I'll go with Deshaun Watson, top 10 quarterback.
Shit, I put him in the 5th. Top 5, baby. Top 5.
Honestly.
Who are my top 5 quarterbacks? Who?
Who
I
are
don't
your
want to
top
do him
five?
because I don't even want to say Tom Brady's name because I hate Tom Brady.
You got to put him up there, though.
Do I? He's only throwing 10-yard check down passes. Do I really have to? Pat Mahomes, Russell Wilson. Deshaun. This is out of order, but Pat Mahomes number 1. This is out of order. Pat Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson. Hold on, let me go. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Hold on. This is tough. What am I, 4?
Yeah.
Tom Brady can be tied with someone. So Tom Brady's tied with. I'm just going to go on a limb and just say Carson Wentz. Healthy Carson Wentz is a very dominant quarterback. We've seen it.
I'm not really sold on Carson Wentz. I don't know what it is, but I've just never really been that sold on him, honestly, because you look at the last 2 seasons they've made the playoffs. How many games has Carson Wentz not only won, but started or even played? Big, fat.
That's why I said when healthy. When healthy, he's dominant. When healthy.
He's proven that. You know what? Okay, he's proven that in the regular season, but he's got to prove it to me in the playoffs. Take your team to the playoffs and play good. But
I think this year's Eagles team is better than last year's, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Nick Foles leads them to playoff wins and Super Bowls.
You can't really say that because he was on an MVP campaign and then he got hurt.
You know what? Nick Foles could have just easily completely played like crap the rest of the year, but no, Nick Foles led them to a Super Bowl. Like even if Wentz was in the middle of an MVP run, like you were saying, we could have just seen the Eagles completely fall flat off the face of the earth. But no,
I'm not. It's also a team sport. I'm not saying he's the face of the team.
Won the Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah, actually, he is the face of the team, though. Let's be real.
I'm not surprised with how the Eagles favored Wentz because of his age and everything, but
wait, are you saying Nick Foles is old?
I'm not saying Nick Foles is old. I'm just saying I'm not surprised the Eagles wanted to favor Wentz because I feel like they kind of gambled too much on him, taking him number 2 overall. I feel like they kind of had to make that decision.
They had to keep him. They had to keep Carson Wentz. It would have been idiotic to keep Foles over Carson Wentz.
Yeah. No, yeah, I definitely saw that coming.
Yeah, 100%. You guys want to go to Week 6 now?
Shoot it.
Preview some Week 6 games. All right, so I'll go first. And the Giants and Patriots, they're on literally right now. It's 0-0.
I got the Giants by 1,000.
You got the Giants?
I'm totally being sarcastic.
I know. I was gonna say you must be pretty stupid.
If Daniel Jones leads the New York Football Giants to an upset over the New England Patriots, I will buy his jersey.
You'll buy his jersey?
I'll buy his jersey. And I will be proud to have that jersey. Because 1, screw Tom Brady. 2, screw the city of Boston.
Yeah. I got the Patriots in this one.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. I think they're gonna crush the Giants.
I mean,
Well,
it's 0-0.
it is 0-0 right now, but it's only 0-1.
How many minutes in are they?
There's 3:43 left, so
Yeah, that's
like 7 minutes or 8 minutes in.
15-minute quarters there.
Hold on.
like,
12 minutes in. 12 minutes in.
I'm like, what are you saying?
My mental math wasn't there.
Way off. It's all good. My mental math is non-existent.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't do math when I don't have to.
I honestly have good mental math, so you could have just asked me.
Oh, good to
You
know.
said he has good mental math?
Oh yeah.
Humble brag, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually do, yeah.
Humble brag alert.
Good for you. I'll use you next time.
I'm gonna call you next time I need some mental math instead of just doing it on my phone.
All right, for sure. Bet. Hit me up.
But in all seriousness, I got Patriots winning 24-3.
24-10.
24. I can respect that.
I
Ooh,
wasn't.
Tom Brady threw an interception.
Yeah.
Woo!
Tom Brady threw an interception?
Yes, sir.
Daniel Jones already threw an interception too.
He's a rookie. Leave him alone.
1 for 4.
I mean, this Patriots and the Bears might have the two best defenses in the league.
Yeah, dude, they're pretty. This is probably the best defense Tom Brady's ever had.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at how many people are out for the Giants. Like, Evan Ingram's out, Sterling Shepard's out, Wayne Gallman Jr.'s out, and Saquon Barkley's still not clear. They are missing a lot of people.
Sterling Shepard is always out.
Yeah. I mean, they just got Golden Tate back this week from that suspension, but still, like, they're losing so many more people. Like, it's bad enough that your starting running back, who might be the best running back in the league, is out, but your backup is out too. That I don't even know who the third
That
string is.
blows.
Yeah, I don't know who he is either. And I saw his name, but I don't remember it because I was looking at fantasy lineups. And I'm like, I'm not picking him up. Why would I pick him up?
Yeah, I knew Wayne Gallman Jr. because he was a pretty good running back at Clemson. But other than that, yeah, everyone knows Saquon. I knew Wayne Gallman Jr. because he was good at Clemson. But I'd be shocked if they kept it to single digits. If they kept it to single digits tonight, props to them.
What other games are on this weekend?
Yeah. Tyler got another game.
For week 6?
No, week 7. Yes, week 6.
Okay. All right,
No,
I got to go this direction. Who's going to win their first game? The Redskins or the Dolphins? That's the first game I want to go to because
Redskins.
they might be the two worst teams in the league this year.
I'm going Redskins.
Who's starting quarterback for the Skins? Or the R words, I should say.
I'm not sure, actually. I want to say Keenum, but I'm not 100% sure because they started Colt McCoy last week against New England.
That's right.
Okay, all I know is it's not Dwayne Haskins.
Hot take. Gruden shouldn't have been fired. I don't think Gruden should have been fired.
Yeah.
I think the culture there is just so bad that what is it, Schneider? Schneider just is a terrible owner. He's like James Dolan for the Knicks. Shout out to my beloved Knicks. But there's no culture there. What is it? Their left tackle who doesn't even – I can't think of his name right now. Who's not – yeah, he's refusing to play. And Schneider keeps saying the culture's good. I'm stealing this take from – forgot who it was, but I agree with the take, so I'm just going to repeat it. I forgot who said this. But this is not my take. I overheard this take. But how good could the culture be if he's not there?
Yeah.
And I don't think Gruden's that bad. What was he supposed to do? The team sucks. They suck. I never understand that. Like, yes, it's the coaches. The coach's preparation determines how the team's going to play because NFL coaches are the most important coaches in sports. They're more important than basketball and baseball because they're there all day, all night preparing for games. But if the team sucks, how is that the coach's fault? Like Brian Flores is dealing with the Dolphins right now. The Dolphins absolutely suck. They're terrible. I don't know anyone besides Kenyon Drake and Josh Rosen, and then who else is on that team?
No one good.
Nobody's on that team. Everyone wants to leave. They suck. That's why
you're bad. You know you're bad when you get 4+ guys wanting trades.
Yeah, and the culture of the Redskins is mediocre. They go 8-8 every year. They're like last 20 years. Their win percentage is exactly 500. That is terrible.
It's really bad.
That's just the definition of mediocre. But yeah,
I had some hope for the Redskins last year after Alex Smith came in because Alex Smith, honestly, was making that team look like somewhat of a better team. But after he went out, it was just completely downhill from there.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, Case Keenum is starting this week.
I have the Redskins, but I would not be surprised if the Dolphins pulled off a dub.
Really?
I'm never sold on the hype of teams going 0-16. I always feel like they'll pull off one.
Just like the Browns the last few years.
Yeah, dude. That one game the Browns played the Packers and they almost won. I was like, oh my God.
Oh.
They're going to beat the Packers. That was on my birthday. I remember that.
Oh.
I'm going to agree with you on this one, Colby. I'll take the Redskins too, but I would not be surprised if good old Josh Rosen and the Dolphins find a way to win that game.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go with the Redskins too. I just have this. But I'm in the same boat where I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins win, but my picks are on the Redskins.
This is also this is the stat that it's pulling up this game. This is the first matchup of winless teams in Week 6 or later since 2004. So pretty historic day for those two sucky teams.
Emphasize suck one more time.
Yeah, the suck bowl.
The two-able.
The suck bowl.
Interesting. Is there any other games that you guys want to look at?
Texans Chiefs should be an electric game.
I think Patty Mahomes is going to pull out a dub.
I mean, what's the Texans defense looking like this year? I don't think I really watched a Texans game.
Yeah, I haven't really either.
Yeah, I don't think the Texans defense is going to have much to match up with Kansas City.
Their defense is like, I mean, I'm looking at the points allowed. They've allowed 110 and they've put up 131. It's kind of pushing. That's kind of cutting it close there, Texas.
It is.
Houston Texans.
This team, though, I feel like this team is like the literal version of like bipolar opposite. Like you can have them like 1 week, like I think it was actually 2 weeks ago, they lose 16-10 to the Panthers. Don't get me wrong, I think the Panthers are on a bit of an upswing now too, but 16-10 at home to the Panthers, who just their quarterback situation has not been what they hoped for this year, and then you have them next week winning 53-32 to I don't even know what you call that Atlantic team. You really don't know what you can get from the Texans.
Call it indigestion and diarrhea.
That's one way to put it.
Yes.
What's the diarrhea song again?
There's a song about that.
Yeah, it's like, God, let me pull it up on my phone. I gotta find it. The diarrhea song. Please be it. It's the Pepto-Bismol one. Pepto-Bismol. We're literally just doing this just for the for the freaking Falcons right now.
Just for the memes.
Oh, it's indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Falcons.
You should write a song. Just add Falcons to it.
Indigestion, diarrhea, Atlanta Falcons are here. Or urea. I don't know. I can't rhyme with that.
Tyler, is there another game? Or you want to get to our bold predictions?
I'll go one more game. I want to see what you have to say about this one, Jack, because Colby, I don't know if you've tuned into all of our episodes or not, but this guy, I think Jack knows what's coming too. This guy, from the minute we've been talking about NFL on our episodes, has been Mr. I can't wait to see the Cleveland Browns play. I can't wait to see what the Cleveland Browns are going to do this year. And what we've seen from the Cleveland Browns these first 5 weeks is, or maybe more so even Baker Mayfield, is maybe the epitome of trash. And they're going up this week against a Seahawks team that is looking like they are – you don't want to mess with them right now. That's another game I'm watching out for. Seahawks and Browns. Will Baker Mayfield's trend of playing like not a starting quarterback continue?
I wouldn't put it all on Baker, dude. The offensive line has got to be the worst in the league, one of the worst. Freddie Kitchens, what are you doing? Can't put it all on Baker, dude. He's running for his life out there.
Yeah, that is true.
He is, yeah. I will definitely agree with that.
I still have faith in my Browns.
You're a Browns guy?
Yeah, I'm a pro Browns.
You're Browns. Like you.
Miss Calls pro Brown. We had a lot of hype going in, and it's not looking too good.
Yeah. All on your episodes, I always see you guys. You guys are always like, we're pro Browns, pro Browns,
Pro Browns, pro thick, pro women, pro Gardner Minshew, 3,000 times 3,000. That man's a man.
Love it. But I still have faith in the Browns, and I think they're gonna put 2 and 2 together in the next week or so, hopefully, and I think they'll. I think they're gonna play a lot better than they did this week or last week, and I think Baker's gonna get his mojo back eventually, hopefully soon, but I do not know when that's gonna be.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Cleveland.
I'm going Seahawks.
You're going Seahawks?
Without a doubt. Come on. You got to go with Seattle.
I'm going the underdog.
The guy who's going to go for the Browns. Jack.
I can't do it. Especially with this Seattle defensive line upgrading with Jadeveon Clowney against what we were just talking about, this Cleveland Browns offensive line that has gotten Baker Mayfield running for his life. I can't pick Cleveland in this one. I got to go with the Seahawks.
Here's the guy who thinks the Browns are going to win. Jack, tell us how they're going to win.
Yeah, Jack.
Tell us, Jack. How are they going to win?
I don't know. I think Baker's gonna put all this together. I think I think he's gonna. I just have a feeling. It's just a gut feeling.
You got a gut feeling?
I do.
You got a feeling? Adam
I got
feeling?
a feeling.
All right.
I got a fever.
You got to trust your gut in this one.
I got a Cleveland fever.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more Browns.
More Browns.
More Browns.
More Baker.
Feed me Baker Mayfield. Tie your shoes.
I think it's gonna be close, but I think the Browns.
Oh no.
You
No.
don't.
By close, I hope you
Browns gonna pull it off by a field goal.
Whoa. You think the Browns are gonna? You think the Browns are gonna go toe to toe with the Seattle Seahawks this week?
Yes, sir.
No, sure.
That's my bold prediction of the week.
By close score, I hope you mean 15 points.
We'll see. I'm gonna call you out
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But there's not a shot that the Browns are going to beat the Seahawks this week. I don't care if they're home, and they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Not a shot. Not a freaking shot.
Jack, it's 2-1 because I'm agreeing with Colby, like I already said. More of the same. Baker Mayfield's running for his life, and especially with Seattle's defensive line getting the upgrade. Seahawks are winning this one.
Yeah, I did go against the Browns last week.
No brainer.
I did go against the Browns last week.
Is the Browns your favorite team?
No, the Bears are, obviously.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right. My bad.
He got too overhyped because Odell Beckham Jr. got traded there. He said he can't wait to see him play.
I mean, Odell's an electric player. I don't know how I see why people hate him, but
Baker.
I lost my love for Odell Beckham when he put his head down and tried to basically kill Josh Norman. But I like Odell because he's got one of the best hands I've ever seen outside of DeAndre Hopkins' hands. Just because you can catch the ball one-handed doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins is unreal.
Baker and OBJ haven't been connecting that often though recently.
No, and they're trying to.
I think this is the week that they're gonna pull it off.
Somebody on my Instagram Live just said the Browns are winning the Super Bowl this year.
I don't know about that.
This man Rook, top manager at UIC basketball. This guy needs to hop out the whip, my man. Hop out.
I will say the Browns will not win the Super Bowl.
No, they're not making the playoffs. They're not making.
I don't know about that.
They're not making the playoffs. If they keep this up, they ain't doing jack shit.
But if they get better, they will.
BRB, I gotta shut my windows.
So wait, Jack, you said your bold prediction is that the Browns are going to go toe-to-toe with the Seahawks this week?
Yeah, and they're going to win by a field goal.
Okay, I got a bold prediction here that is going to completely, maybe blow your guys' minds, but you know what? I don't care. I'm sticking with it. I'm going with the New York Jets are going to upset the Dallas Cowboys.
Did this man just say the Jets?
I believe so.
I think you say the Jets.
Whoa, where is your logic with this? I'm like about to reach through the computer and strangle you for saying something like that.
Okay. Hear me out on this.
Oh, I'm going to hear it.
Sam Darnold is coming back this week, correct?
Yes, after catching mono at 3 a.m. at a club in New York. Shouts out. Congrats on probably having sex. Congrats.
I feel like Dallas right now they're not in a good spot. I mean, they can't feel good about winning the first 3 games of the season against teams who literally don't have a win. And then, you face a good team the next 2 weeks in the Saints. They lose in that one. And then Green Bay, they lose that one too. Green Bay, I don't really even say Green Bay earned that win. I just feel like Dallas deserved to lose because Prescott made so many mistakes in that game. But I don't know. I just have a weird feeling this week. I feel like the Jets are one of those teams that, like, they're not, like horrible, like Redskins and Bengals and Dolphins level. I think they have some talent. I mean, I feel like
they have Le'Veon Bell and
yeah.
They have Le'Veon Bell. They got Robbie Anderson, who is not even a top 15 wide receiver. Who do they have receiving wise? Who do they have as a tight end? I couldn't tell you. Their defense has always been solid. The Jets always have at least a solid defense. But also, the Cowboys are good against crap teams. So I feel like the Cowboys are going to blow them out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you, Colby. I believe the Cowboys.
You know what? That's why this is called bold predictions. I'm going bold. I feel like
bold. These are more like over the top predictions.
Jets are going to win.
I'm going Cowboys.
If the Jets win, I will Venmo you 69 cents. 69 cents, no more, no less. No more or less. I will send you Gardner Minshew's completion percentage in quarters. Or not quarters, in cents.
So if the Jets win, you will send me Gardner Minshew cents.
I will send you Gardner Minshew's passing percentage in cents. So 69%. So 69 cents.
I'm going Cowboys all the way.
Cowboys. How about them boys? Who that? Who we them boys? Jack, what's your bold prediction? I really want to hear this.
I already said Browns.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I totally forgot. Yeah, you went off on me earlier.
I totally forgot. If you really want a bold prediction, hold up.
I got Browns winning by a field goal. That's my.
So you're just expecting me to have this outlandish take?
Yeah.
Essentially? Okay.
Let's hear it.
Hit the wall real quick. Okay. The Jaguars will beat the Saints at home in Duval. Gardner Minshew will throw 80%.
80%.
300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 Shark, and look, I always want to say LeGarrette Blount. Leonard Fournette will have 85 yards rushing, 20 receiving, possibly 1 touchdown. That is probably the most outlandish take I've ever given in my entire life because the Saints are winning that game.
I can respect that.
Not a shot. I mean, I would love all that to happen because I love Gardner Minshew.
Hey, it's called bold predictions for a reason.
Exactly.
I gave you the boldest of the bold, and I did what I could to back it up.
I think Tyler and I went way over the bold line. We went like extra bold.
I tried to go over that, but you guys topped me. The Jets?
All right.
Jets! No.
This bold prediction that's added to my bold prediction. So I feel like my bold prediction is already bold enough with the Jets upsetting the Cowboys. But I feel like this bold prediction is going to be way more bold. I think if the Jets really do beat the Cowboys, the whole Cowboys team is going to get mono from that loss.
Is that a hot take, or are you actually a doctor?
It's just a totally random No, definitely not happening.
Random thoughts.
Random thoughts. Is he actually a doctor?
Going to spread his mono to the whole Cowboys team after they upset them.
Now I want the Jets to
take.
Now I want the Jets.
Definitely will not happen, but
I don't know. Maybe you're a doctor secretly.
Hey,
have already diagnosed them.
Maybe.
That'd be funny. But those are the boldest predictions that I think we've ever gone.
This is the third week we've done the bold predictions. We kind of just started that up a couple weeks ago. I like it. I like how we're going more and more out of the box, especially for you, Colby, with all those like insane stats. I like that.
Yes, sir.
I like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will give you the crazy.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
I don't like crazy predictions because I like being realistic. I'm not that biased when it comes to sports. I'm super realistic. So me saying the Jaguars will win this week is absolutely insane. I'm in my head going, "You idiot! Why are you saying this?"
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Hopefully.
Yeah, what I was trying to say was, why am I humoring these guys with something so idiotic? But if the Jags win, guess who looks good?
You.
COLBYCUBWOOD. Cubwood. Me.
The missed call looks good too.
Missed call always looks good.
That's true. But it'll go above. It'll be like amazing.
I will have to brag on the missed calls next episode.
You gonna brag on the next episode?
Nah, I don't usually brag. I'm a humble brag kind of guy like your boy. Mental math.
Mental math. Humble brag. All right, you guys want to get into MLB baseball now?
Let's go. Where's my baseball hat?
It is October. Best month of the year. Best time of the year. October baseball. We already got some winners. Washington won against the Dodgers, surprisingly. 3-2 in the series. St. Louis beat the Braves 3-2. And the Astros and Rays are playing.
It's 1-4 in the seventh.
Yeah.
Rays are up. No, not the Rays. I mean the Astros.
You scared me there for a second. Ooh.
I really want the Rays to come back.
No.
Garrett Cole is dealing like he always does.
Garrett Cole's a beast.
True. Who's your Cy Young winner, boys?
Ooh.
If we're going AL, I think it's a toss-up between Verlander and Garrett Cole.
I know that, but which one are you going with?
See, that's tough. Because Verlander leads in wins. Garrett Cole leads in, I believe it's strikeouts.
Yes, sir. I'm going to go out and say Verlander wins it.
You know what? I gotta go Verlander on this one.
I'm going Garrett Cole.
Would not be surprised. I would be, honestly, if whoever wins out of the two, you can't be mad.
No.
Because they both had a phenomenal year.
They've both had an amazing year.
Incredible year.
I feel like the NL is definitely going to be more interesting.
Who's leading that one? I'm not an NL guy. Who is it?
I have no clue. All I know is, I believe it's Hyun-Jin Ryu on the Dodgers leads in ERA. That's all I know. But as far as Cy Young goes, I'm not sure he's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Strasburg's predicted for the NL.
What was his year like?
251 strikeouts, 18-6, 3.32 ERA, 77 earned runs, 209 innings pitched.
Yeah, that might be good enough.
Yeah, and then it's Jin Ryu.
Yeah.
And then it's Kershaw and then Will Smith. But
Will Smith. Wait, Will Smith?
Yeah, Will Smith's predicted 4th in the
What team
race.
is he on?
What?
What team is he on?
San Francisco.
San Fran.
San Fran.
This may sound crazy, but I have never heard of that guy.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking Walker Buehler. Didn't Walker Buehler have a pretty good year on the Dodgers?
Yeah. He had a pretty good year.
He pitched pretty good in game 5 yesterday.
Even though the Dodgers lost.
You know what? He gave up 1 run. He pretty much did what he needed to do.
Yeah.
That was all Kershaw.
Mm-hmm.
All Kershaw and kind of Dave Roberts in my opinion.
Back-to-back homers Kershaw's giving up last night.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. R.I.P. R.I.P. R.I.P. I just killed Kershaw.
Clayton Kershaw in October is a big RIP.
R.I.P.
That is true.
R.I.P. When they needed him most, where was he?
Not there.
Right.
Non-existent.
Where was he giving up 2 home runs? That's where he was.
He's on the mound.
He was crouched over on the mound.
Yes. Then he was literally just sitting by himself in his dugout.
Yeah, he just gave up the lead. Well, I'm gonna go Strasburg for the Cy Young for that now.
Yeah, give it to Straz.
Yeah.
I have no clue. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say Strasburg as well. I don't really know if there's any other really good candidate in the NL.
What do you guys think of that Cardinals Braves game yesterday?
I didn't watch it, but I was shocked that they put up 10 in the first. Or was it 10? Was it 10 runs in the first?
Yeah, it was 10.
Yeah, the game's over. The game's
what a start for the Braves pitching staff in the first inning.
Yikers.
I'm very disappointed because I picked the Atlanta Braves to win the World Series.
Hot takes.
I had them going up against the Astros.
Yeah, I wanted them to make it too, to be honest. But now I'm riding with the Nats as the NL team. Obviously, my favorite team is the New York Yankees, but suck on these Nats.
You are a Yankees fan, huh, Colby? That is your favorite team?
That is my favorite team. That is my team.
He brags about them all the time on Instagram.
I don't talk. I just let them walk. Okay? I post their accomplishments. I don't talk.
Colby, who do you think is the most dangerous pitcher on the Yankee staff?
I'm looking at Tanaka right now since he looked really good in game 2. Sebi kind of scared me in game 3, but that guy kept battling back. He'd get the bases loaded. He'd have like 2-3 people on base, but he'd get out of it every half inning. And I don't know. It's also like Sebi's 3rd start since coming back. So I'll say Tanaka. I'm not a big believer in Tanaka, but if he's getting the job done, hey, that's my boy. I just know that starting rotation sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, who else is in their starting rotation? Isn't James Paxton's in there as well?
Yep. Paxton's scary in the first inning. That's where he usually gives up his most runs.
James Paxton?
Yeah, he has a hard time getting out of the first inning.
Then Sabathia is in there too, right?
Sabathia is not on the roster.
Oh, he's not on the rotation?
Nope, because he's kind of hurt.
So, man, who else are we missing here other than Tanaka and Paxton?
Severino, and then I think they're just going to grab whoever out of the bullpen.
Because, yeah, didn't Domingo Germán, was it right, that got suspended? And he was, like, one of their best pitchers this year?
Yeah, Domingo's really good.
Yeah. He can't come back now.
I thought he was hurt. He got suspended?
I'm pretty sure he got suspended, yeah.
God.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I think they said he got suspended for the rest of the season for a domestic violence issue.
Oh, that looks good. That looks real good, New York.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, because he was placed on administrative leave.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's not good.
I think everyone knows that the biggest threat the Yankees have offensively is obviously Aaron Judge. I don't think Stanton's the biggest one yet because he's just starting to become healthy again. He hasn't played a whole lot this year. I think it's definitely Aaron Judge is the number one. The number one guy the Astros probably want to shut down in the ALCS.
Yeah. The big Aaron Judge.
If Aaron Judge steps it up against the Stros, dude, I'll French kiss him.
All rise, Aaron Judge.
That fella right there, he's so goddamn tall, he barely has to jump when someone hits a ball right by the porch. You know what I'm saying? Right by the porch there in the Bronx, New York. He don't really have to jump that high. He's a tall mother effer. Tell you what, brother. But yeah, as a Yankees fan, as die-hard Yankees fan, and I'm not. It's kind of hard to say I'm die-hard when I'm not a biased fan and I'm a realistic fan. But I have the Stros winning in 6-7.
Ooh. Yeah, I think.
But I also have to give my die-hard Yankee take. If the Yankees can get Verlander, Cole, Greinke out of the game, they're good. They're good.
They're going to the World Series then.
Yeah, if they can tear up one of those three, they're gonna be okay. They gotta win. They gotta murder them at home. Because if they can murder them at Houston, they can murder them in the Bronx. Because I was rooting for them to get home field advantage in the playoffs, but I knew they weren't going to get it. Because if they got home field advantage, they would have such a higher chance of beating the Stros. Because they don't lose at home. In the playoffs especially, they don't lose at home.
They're scary at home.
Well, it's the fans, dude. They're so – oh, you can just feel it on the TV. That buzz. Nothing's going on for 3 innings. That buzz is still there. That is my Yankees talk. I am done. I'm done. I will take off my Yankee hat right now.
Were you surprised that the Yankees swept the Twins?
Yes, I had them winning in 4 games.
The Twins you thought would win 1 game?
I thought they'd win 1 game.
The Twins' lack of postseason experience really showed during that series.
Yeah, because honest to God, that series could have gone the same exact way for the Twins. Yeah. Like, they could have swept the Yanks. They had the firepower. They had the talent. They had it all. But
lack of postseason.
Are better. Get the brooms out. Get the brooms out.
Get the brooms out, baby. I think for the Twins, it's just lack of October baseball.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. The whole team's super young.
But maybe
I don't even know half that team.
Maybe they'll gain the experience after this year and then do better next year.
Do better. That's what life's all about. Do better.
Just do better.
Do better.
Fail and then do better.
Do better. That's all I got for the Yanks.
All right, so so you think the Astros are going to win against the Rays, right?
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And then
Garrett Cole's still in as far as the 7th inning, so.
Oh my God! Take him out! Actually, don't take him out. Get him tired. Tire him out.
Tire him out. Then the Nationals and Cardinals start the CS tomorrow night. what's your predictions for that series?
That's bad because I really don't pay attention to Cardinals. I don't know what it is. I don't like the Cardinals at all. I'm just not a fan of them. They got really nice jerseys, but I just
Yachty Molina.
I'm just gonna come out with a bold prediction. I'll my biased take will be Nats in 6. My honest prediction, Cardinals in 5.
Ooh.
I don't know. I just feel like the Cardinals are gonna pull this one out.
Once they get the firepower, it's hard.
Yeah, this is kind of an ignorant take for me because I really don't know much about the Cardinals.
Yeah.
As a Chicago Cubs fan, a pretty diehard Chicago Cubs fan from the time I was a young kid, I've grown up to absolutely hate the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm not, again, I try to stay pretty neutral, but like I said, I cannot hide this. You know, I'm Jack. You know, I'm a Cubs fan, so it's born in me to not like the Cardinals, and to see them win yesterday in that kind of fashion, it sucks. It sucks. But as far as this series, though, this is honestly not me trying to be biased at all. I really just feel like the Nationals are on such a wave of momentum right now, and I really feel like the series is going to go it's going to go tight again. And I feel like, the Nationals literally winning the last 2 series in like the final at bat, final inning, came down to crunch time, and the Nationals came up clutch. I just feel like the Nationals, they're going to have such a wave of momentum, and Nats are going to take it in 7.
Ooh.
It's going to come down to the wire.
I can see it going to the wire. I can totally see that.
And I also feel like during this playoffs, and it will continue into this series, Anthony Rendon will continue to make a strong case that says that he might be considered one of the best players in baseball. That guy, after what he did last night, because I watched the whole game last night between the Nationals and the Dodgers, you cannot win with him. He will pick you apart. Like, the first 2 at-bats off of Buehler were deep flyouts to the warning track in right field. Like, he almost got it. But then that 3rd at-bat, boom, he got I believe it was a double or something. Then the next bat, boom, homers off of Kershaw. Then the next at-bat, boom, he had to double in the 10th. Like, this guy, he will pick you apart and find your weakness, and then that's it. And I think it goes for the same as the rest of the team, too. I think Juan Soto is really starting to break out into a really good player. And I just feel like this whole team is on such an upswing right now. I got the Nats taking it in 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the wire again. But I honestly think the Cardinals are gonna take this one 7. I got the Cards. I think Yachty Molina is gonna show up like he always does, along with the Cardinals pitching staff. I think they're gonna go 7.
Now, this was interesting too, because even though the Cardinals won their division and have a higher seed than the Nationals, because the Nationals did not win their division, the Braves won that division. The Cardinals did win their division, but have a higher seed. But the Nationals have a better record than the Cardinals. I was honestly very interested to see who would get the home field, despite the Cardinals having the better seed, but the Nationals having the better record. I looked, and the Cardinals do have home field because the seed. I think home field will play an impact, though, because I think MLB does it 2-3-2. It's different. It's different. You never know. But the Cardinals having home field with them kind of having like different aspects, like they have the higher seed, but the Nationals have the better record. Cardinals having home field, that could definitely work out in their favor. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I see that too. Howie Kendrick yesterday though, grand slam in the 10th, put the Nationals up top. Up top.
Suck on these Nats. You gotta go with the Nats.
Clutch.
That homer was electric.
Did you guys see that video of that Dodgers fan that threw his jersey onto the field?
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that.
Did you see that kid that was crying and said Kershaw sucks and then he hates David Roberts?
I did see that one too, yeah.
He said David Roberts is what did he say? Big stupid?
Yeah.
He said let me find it.
Big stupid.
It's like he said he said stupid guy. I commented on the video, I said, damn. Thoughts and prayers go out to Dave Roberts. Hope he recovers from the stupid guy comment.
That's awesome. You gotta love social media.
Love social media.
Love it. Who's your guys' World Series winner? You guys got
the New York spanking Yankees. See you there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yanks in 6.
Yanks in 6.
Unbiased, I got the Astros in 5.
Yeah. I knew that was your bias pick, Yanks.
Astros in 5.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I had the Astros, despite me having the Braves over the Astros in the World Series. I still think the Astros are going to win it. I mean, I didn't pick them to make the World Series, and now that the Braves are down, I think nobody's going to stop the Astros. I'm sorry, Colby, if I'm breaking your heart about the Yankees. I just feel like the Astros have a little more depth at that rotation.
No, you're good. I said it before the playoffs. I'm like, they're not going past the Stros. And maybe this is just me being reverse psychology, but let's hope it works.
Yeah, that's true. I also got the Astros. I'm calling 6 games. And then the Stros.
Stros in 6.
Stros will be the series champs.
Yes, sir.
The Stros deserve it. What inning is it right now?
7th. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs.
Yeah, the Stros got that.
Guys, I know I'm skipping the football, but I'm really seeing the Giants and the Patriots tied at 14 with 3:30 left in the first half.
No, there goes my prediction.
Hey, what'd I say? What'd I say? More than 10. Or I said 10 points, but still they got more.
No.
Woo.
No.
But now we can buy a Daniel Jones jersey pretty soon.
He's repping that Daniel Jones jersey if he pulls it off in Foxborough.
Oh, yeah, they are in Foxborough. God bless America. He's got 2 interceptions. Sheesh.
Do it. Oh, wow. The
Daniel
Giants
Jones
put up 14 in the second. Oh, my gosh. I still think the Patriots are going to pull that off.
Yeah, win, yeah.
But
as long as Eli Manning doesn't come in, I think the Patriots will win.
I do want to see Colby get a Daniel Jones jersey, though.
You know what? I want the Giants. You know, I'm not a Patriots fan either, but I really want to see the Giants win, just so Colby can get that Daniel Jones jersey.
I really don't want to buy a jersey.
Well, you're gonna have to if they win.
You have to live up to this, man. You have to.
I suppose.
Hey, you called it. You called it.
I know. I know what I said. I know what I did.
I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on this game now.
Reppin' Danny Dimes himself.
I will not be repping Danny Dimes. I'll tell you that.
Daniel Jones, then, and that's better.
Danny Dimes, Danny Destiny, Danny does it. Danny, don't do that.
Danny Jones for the win.
Danny throw dimes, but not INTs.
That's a good one.
True that, true that, true that.
Dang. Well, moving on from like baseball to like basketball, WNBA.
What's the score?
It's 90. Wait, hold on.
72-76 Mystics. Let's go. Ring season. Let's go, Mystics.
Tasha Cloud.
Tasha Cloud. Elena Deladon. The GOATs. Baha.
Game 5, winner takes all.
I really hope they win.
Yeah.
It'd be like lit.
What?
I said it would be like super elite.
True. Deladon, right? Deladon has 19 points.
She's a god dang legend. I'll tell you what. Bah.
Tasha Cloud is 17.
How many assists?
3.
Dang, good.
So I think this will do it for this episode, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So thank you for coming on, Colby.
Anytime, my guys. I love talking football. I love talking football in general, sports in general, especially football. And I mentioned that I like football because I really like some football. Fantasy football especially. You know, overseas they call soccer football, but over here in America, I like football.
Football. We'll have to get you and Ryan both on at the same time. That'd be fun.
Without a doubt.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Sauce. And the on the spot boys.
Sauce and on the spot.
Sauce and the call boys.
Call, spot, collab. But thank
Roll
you
Bandits.
For the Bandits.
Roll Bandits.
Roll Bandits.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Well,
it's also Red River Week. Fuck Texas.
Didn't you have a story like that you said on your pod yesterday?
Yeah, I'll tell your co-host. So the other day, I was walking in Wrigley, and this guy walked past me, and he had an OU hat on. So I did the horn down with my fingers, and he looked at me like I told him to F off. And he like looked at me like I was insane. I'm like, dude, what do you got that hat on for if you're not an Oklahoma fan? And what are you doing not knowing what I'm doing on Texas Week? Come on, guy. Come on.
Yeah, you should be expecting that if you're going to wear that.
Honestly.
Can you believe that the Mystics won? Natasha Cloud called it. I mean, we knew they were going to win. We knew they were going to win. Missed call, on the spot sports. We love female athletes. We support them 3,000%. I work for the Bandits personally, and I love watching female sports. I love female athletes. They are the best. They work their asses off just as much as men do. They need the support from everybody. And, yeah.
Yeah, you heard it from Colby right there. We support female athletes 3,000%. They work their butts off every single day, just like male athletes. And we're always here to support them. You guys should support them too. They're a lot of fun to watch, and they work very hard, and they need the support that they can get. So support female athletes like we do. just be like us. We'll be talking about some female sports later in the episodes. So stay tuned to that, and I believe this will conclude this episode. So thank you to Colby for coming out, and we'll see you guys later. So see you guys.